Hey, welcome back to Mike's Diabetes World. Well, I just got thinking about your children becoming of age. And I don't mean of age like, oh my God, they're moving out of the house and everything. I'm talking about teenagers. And being a teenager has got to be one of the most difficult things to go through. Now, I got diabetes at 13. By 15, my whole life got turned upside down. My parents went off to work in Fiji, and here I was, left pretty much things on my own. My sister did a great job in filling up the cabinet of supplies I needed, but the support there, she didn't really know what was going on half the time. And I don't mean that derogatory. She just, every time I had a low or a high, it was sort of all my fault. And I can remember I was starving. Well, I wasn't starving, but I was still hungry after breakfast. So on my way to school, I would start eating part of my lunch because I was still hungry. And I thought, well, at least I could possibly get something at school. And she cut off my bus fare to go to school. I had to get up and get walking to school. And, I still get this feeling from an awful lot of people. Not everyone, but just an awful lot. And teenagers are going to need your support. Even though, they don't want it. Get away. They actually need your support. And I really kind of wished I had someone to, go see my doctor, maybe fight a bit for me. And, I don't think that the doctor I had at the time, who kind of said to me, well, you can't just type all your we got to see it as per, blah, 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 blah. And, that's where, I guess, in my early teens, I had enough. I had enough of people second-guessing me and not really be able to talk about it. I felt I just had to take my insulin. Now, I was fairly good in taking my insulin. I didn't fall into the I didn't fall into the trap of some people do by saying, "Oh, this much insulin does that much, and I want this, so I'll take this much." Everything done for your diabetes is meticulously added in. So, most of the time, you're not going to run into problems. It's when you start playing. And there's difference with playing and learning how to adjust your own insulin. Hi, sorry. That was someone wanting to make a delivery. And I just couldn't sit up in my chair anymore. It was just hurting the back of my neck so bad that I decided I'm going to lie down and relax for a bit and get up for dinner. Imagine that. So, this is pretty much what I know now and what I really would have liked to have happened. Now, it's great to have 20/20 hindsight, but hopefully this could help you or your son, develop as you go on. Now, people really need to be caring in a non-judgmental way. Your son and daughter will make mistakes. They'll make mistakes on every part of their life. And sometimes they'll make mistakes about, how much insulin to give, or are they giving too much, eating too much, and I can tell you, when I entered high school, I thought, great. It's finally away from parents because I went to private school. And I thought, this will be awesome. But you know what? I could have really used some more guidance. I had a nurse at the school who never really kind of watched me. And I'd forget about taking a snack at night. And the exchange program, as it was called back then, was out the window. And I was humming and hawing. I had to keep going and getting blood sugars. And I remember it was usually a Thursday. And I would go and they would give me money. Because after the blood test, I had to go in there fasting. After the blood test, I could go and buy my breakfast. Sometimes I just forgot about it and kept the money. This whole... I had diabetes. It had something to do with sugar. But, I really couldn't care less. And people need to go out and give supportive guidance. Okay, so they had a severe low at school and an ambulance had to be called. In my era, it would have been, what did you do wrong? Well, now you could say, let's take a look at your blood sugars, let's see where things are going. Parents really need to learn all they can about diabetes. And your son or daughter or children need to learn all about diabetes. So that if they go out and eat too much or drink too much, they'll be fine. Now, I can remember kind of a year-end party I was invited to. And I went to someone's house. This was in Sherwood Park, Alberta. And I just remember I don't remember eating and drinking a lot, but I did. I threw up in their garden. To this day, it kind of haunts me. And, you know, my dad didn't really know about diabetes. He wasn't there the whole time. This other lady who lived there didn't really care about diabetes and that. And I think that a lot added to my frustrations. Now, as I began working and, we were starting moving up in the company a bit, then I started to say, hey, maybe I do need to take control. And I started by recording all my blood sugars. Then I came up with this plan book. And for a while there, every time I went into emergency, I'd have my binder with me and all my blood sugars there. Now the pump pretty well does it all. And I don't need to do the graphs, and I don't need to do all that. But still, I can put together a diabetic plan. Diabetic resource book for Mike, an owner's manual. And maybe you could help getting your son or daughter organized through that way. They are the ones that are going to have to live with this disease for a long time. So start including them. And as they get, up there in age, they can start taking the reins. And, at the end of the day, how was school, blah, blah, how were your blood sugars? Let's take a look. But don't be so righteous about it. Because what will end up happening is your son or daughter will just find a way to cheat. Not really cheat, will find a way to hide things. That's probably the better term. Think about it. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye now.